What if the most anticipated foldable finally fixed its biggest design flaw, but still left us wanting more? Samsung's new Z Flip 7 arrives, visually stunning. But is it enough to challenge its rivals? Or are we just watching them play catch-up? For years, Samsung's flip phones featured an outer display awkwardly wrapping around the cameras, a compromise compared to competitors like Motorola. Well, Samsung finally listened. The Galaxy Z Flip 7 sheds that old design, now boasting a large, almost borderless outer display, seamlessly integrating the camera lenses. It's also wider, sporting a more comfortable 21:9 aspect ratio for the main screen. This change makes a real difference in daily use. Visually, the Z Flip 7 subtly thins and broadens by about 4 mm when open, accommodating that main display adjustment. Samsung's build quality remains incredibly high, with no sharp edges. The robust folding mechanism gives a satisfying, confident snap. At 188 grams, it gained a tiny bit of weight and carries the modern, angular aesthetic of the Galaxy S25 series. It is IP48 certified, making it water-resistant, though dust protection remains limited, a common foldable compromise. Let's talk screens. The inner main display on the Z Flip 7 slightly expands to 6.9 inches diagonally. The wider 21:9 aspect ratio feels much more natural. You get a sharp Full HD Plus AMOLED panel with LTPO, enabling a dynamic 1 Hz to 120 Hz refresh rate, meaning buttery smooth animations and significant power savings. The selfie camera neatly sits in a small punch hole cutout. Outdoors, it performs well, but direct sunlight still gives it some glare. The most striking upgrade is truly that expanded outer display. It now consumes almost the entire top half of the back, a generous 4.1 inches, offering a sharp 1048 by 948 pixels at 345 ppi and supporting up to 120 Hz. Here's the catch. Unlike Motorola, Samsung primarily optimizes this display for widgets. If you want to run full apps, you face a convoluted workaround, requiring settings changes and installing additional Samsung apps. That feels more like a workaround than an intuitive feature. For cameras, the Z Flip 7 maintains a dual camera setup, a 50-megapixel main sensor with OIS, and a 12-megapixel ultrawide. A 10-megapixel front camera lives in the punch hole. You will find no telephoto lens. The camera delivers solid results, comparable to the Galaxy S25. Daytime shots are sharp, but night shots struggle in truly dark conditions. The ultra-wide camera loses detail in low light. Selfies turn out well. Videos look good, supporting up to 4K at 60 frames per second. Under the hood, Samsung chose its own Exynos 2500 processor. While not a Snapdragon 8 Elite, this Exynos chip delivers respectable performance, hitting a strong 5,200 points in 3D Mark Wildlife, making it perfectly capable for gaming, on par with last year's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3. Everyday operation feels fluid. The Flip 7 always packs 12 GB of RAM and either 256 or 512 GB of fast UFS 4.0 storage. No microSD slot. Speakers deliver clear, powerful audio, and call quality is excellent. The fingerprint sensor works reliably. The Flip 7 launches with Android 16 and Samsung's new One UI 8. Samsung promises a fantastic 7 years of security updates and Android upgrades. The system runs stably and quickly. Software highlights include numerous AI functions like automatic transcriptions, smart photo and video editors, and real-time translations. The Flip's design makes that last one particularly practical as an on-the-go interpreter. Google's Gemini AI assistant is also deeply integrated. For the first time, you get DeX support, allowing the Flip 7 to wirelessly switch to a PC-like desktop interface. Despite the slim body, Samsung boosted the battery capacity to 4,300 mAh. The Flip 7 noticeably outlasts its predecessor, easily getting you through a full day of normal use, and potentially two with careful usage. Charging speed remains a bit slow at a maximum of 25 watts, especially compared to some lightning-fast Chinese competitors. On the bright side, the Flip 7 supports wireless charging. Samsung sets a premium price for the Z Flip 7, with MSRP at €1,199 for 256 GB and €1,319 for 512 gigabytes. But as we often see, prices tend to drop quickly after launch. You can already find the 256 gigabytes model for around €813 and the 512 gigabytes variant for at least €879. It comes in black, dark blue, and coral red, with mint green as a Samsung exclusive. Samsung clearly listened and addressed key weaknesses with the Galaxy Z Flip 7. We now have a truly beautiful, nearly borderless outer display and a much more comfortable main screen. Build quality and display excellence remain top tier. But despite these welcome improvements, the Z Flip 7 doesn't quite ignite the same excitement as the Z Fold 7. It feels like Samsung played it safe, lacking a true generational leap. The camera setup feels a little dated, and that large outer display, while pretty, still requires frustrating workarounds for full app functionality, an area where Motorola simply outshines it. The Galaxy Z Flip 7 is undoubtedly a solid update, fixing crucial design flaws. But for a real leap forward, Samsung needed to show a bit more courage and innovation. What do you think? Did Samsung do enough? Or should they have pushed the envelope further? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more tech insights.